spared no expense on their exec flight.
Don't cause any trouble.
I need that Rothicite if we want to complete the neuroamp.
Good, you're here. It's time to put a plan in motion to take full control of this situation with Infinity Ltd. The mole took priority. Now that Dalton has everything he needs, thanks to you, we're free to proceed. We don't know to what extent Infinity has taken the current neuroamp schematics, so our top priority is completing our own. Let me introduce you to Veena Kalra, Head of Research and Development. She'll give you the initial details.
Yes, details. You see, the internal neuroamp is supposed to consist of two parts. The first part, the part Infinity stole, handles the manipulative effects. The second part is a shielding modification designed to protect the user against other neuroamp users. Oh yeah, marketing and finance wouldn't have it any other way.
No one wants their greatest asset used against them. Once Veena can complete the internal neuroamp and shielding mod, the plan is to outfit you with both and have you infiltrate Infinity Ltd. We can't risk the assignment until we know your mind has the necessary protection.
Of course. Installing experimental technology into your very head. What could go wrong?
Good. I'm glad you see this as an opportunity.
And I love a willing subject. Now it's just a matter of getting the key ingredient. The final kink in both designs was finding compatible materials to use for conductivity that the human body wouldn't reject. I've finally created the perfect alloy, but it requires a newly discovered refined element called Rothicite.
Which is where I come in. We have a confidential contract with Consolidated Mining to gather, refine, and ship the Rothicite straight to us. Their last shipment is late, and neither we nor Consolidated Mining have had any communication with the Carinay station. Correct. The updates have been regular up until now. Last we heard, the shipment was ahead of schedule.
We need you to head out there, secure the shipment, and bring it back here so Veena can complete her prototype.
The mining station is CM Station RC-1. It's on a moon called... The shipment should be in the research and control tower, but this keycard will let you enter the mines so you can access the tower from the inside. Good luck.
We
I'm just
can't
concerned
lose
the
that
entire station
shipment.
was wiped out by... something.
Don't worry, we'll figure it out.
Time to park this bucket.
Captain, do you require my assistance?
Best not to leave anything useful behind.
Ship is now docked. Perfect. Didn't even smudge the paint.
Hello.
I think I got them. This area's off limits. Authorized personnel only.
Yeah, I got.
Yeah, I bet you do. I hear you. I'm trying to be reasonable here. I'm glad you understand the position I'm in here. I'm still willing to talk. Fine, I'll issue you an access card.
Sean, I don't want to go over this again. I'm tired, all right? Just not today.
You can't be okay with this though, right? You took an oath. Hey, who let you in here? This is a restricted area. In that case, you'll want to speak to Dr. Lane.
This damn contract will be the death of me. Excuse me, but this is a restricted... your timing could be better. A little... I'll just take a moment to check up on my patient.
I suppose that is ours now. Eh?
If this shift doesn't end soon, my man is not going to be happy.
Need some work done?
Keep it moving.
Packaged food?
Hey there, if you have a moment, say hello to my best deals. Tell everyone you know about our store.
Don't even bother with...
Got my eye on you.
We're wasting time.
Is that my beautiful shipment? You were right about this one, Masako. Looks like it. This should be more than enough. Now, I shall excuse myself and get to work on finalizing this.
Nice to catch
So,
you in the office.
what did you learn about CM Station RC-1? Lucas must be desperate if he hired them to collect the Rothicite. Were there any survivors? Seeking ecliptic on a station with nothing but miners and scientists? Corporations can sink low, but this is a new level. Now, I also had a report that you were spotted at the clinic. I take it you traced the shipment there? I figured it was related. And were you able to determine the So, it sounds like Lucas has reached a new level of desperation.
Infinity appears to be on an entirely different level of
I'll make sure Yuko's team extracts every bit of info. Between hiring Ecliptic and unauthorized human trials, we have enough to take Lucas down for good. And with the Rothicite secure, it's almost time for us to make our move. Head up to the executive floor and speak to Dalton. He has an update for you on the mole's identity. I've called a meeting, and I expect you to attend. It's time to put the final plan in motion.
Keep out of my way, and I'll keep out of yours.
Good. You're right on time. I reevaluated all the evidence. It took every resource I had, but the final answer is clear. Ularu is the mole.
So this clears Imogene of wrongdoing. Good.
Yes. You made the right call. I've briefed Masako and discussed her plans on handling this. While we both agree Ularu is guilty, for now, we lead everyone to believe that Imogene was the mole.
I can understand the need for deception, but it does come at quite a cost.
Good. Keeping Ularu in the dark is the key to taking her down. Masako has tasked Ularu with writing the program to bring down Infinity Ltd. We believe she'll take the chance to incriminate Masako within the program, so this could provide the evidence we're looking for. You will be tasked with the assignment to infiltrate Infinity, so before you go... Good. Once Ularu believes she's properly deflected any suspicion, I've no doubt she'll be bold enough. Now, let's attend a meeting. We called you all together to discuss a recent security breach. We discovered a mole within the company who leaked vital information about...
You've got to be kidding me.
Just don't tell me it's Vina. I think we've all noticed she's not here.
Before you speculate any further, no, it's not Vina. The guilty party is Imogene Salzo, much to my disappointment. Our operative here obtained the evidence to confirm it.
Dalton, how does something like this happen?
Imogene is highly trained. Ularu can even speak to that. We demand the best. So that...
I may have well-trained operatives, but security is your responsibility, Dalton. This is a huge failing on your part.
I accept the responsibility, but let's not forget.
Of course, thanks to another of my operatives. I know you're not insinuating that this is my fault.
Imogene's been dealt with, so bickering is pointless. All I care about is reacquiring our property and what this might be costing us financially.
Vina is completing the internal neuroamp prototype as we speak. Our operative will receive the implant, infiltrate Infinity-LT. I have it on good authority, the experimentations they've done to replicate the
I can't imagine the mess their legal department has on their hands.
If I may make a suggestion, we should give this evidence to David at SSNN. It's the best neutral method of releasing this information to the general public.
That'd make my job easier.
David it is, then.
Misako, the internal neuroamp is ready if you want to send down the candidate.
I hope you're ready for this. And that's precisely why I know we can count on. Vina will be waiting for you in the neuroamp division in Orin. Once you're done, meet me in my office. Be ready.
You must be in someone's place.
Are you sure you're okay? We take a lot of pride in our work.
Double check those measurements are right. Anesthesia always makes me nervous. Ah, here's my lucky candidate. I hope you're ready to embark on one amazing journey. Oh, don't worry. That's not on the agenda. Now, just a few details before we begin. Obviously, we'll be putting you under. I'll be making a small incision in the back of your skull where the internal neuroamp will be fitted. The whole procedure should only take 3 to 4 hours with little to no downtime afterwards, provided DeMarcus got everything entered correctly.
Did I not just say I quadruple-checked the numbers?
You know I'm just giving you a hard time. Besides, I've got to make sure my patient is reassured. Of course, we've got, 5 PhDs between...
6, but who's counting?
All I'm saying is that you're in good hands. Now, just lie down on the table once you're ready, and we should be good to go.
This has not all been a horrible miscalculation, then we'll speak again soon.
All right, let's get this party started. Well, look who's finally up. The operation was a success, obviously. Once you're able to refocus, let me know how you're doing. So, how are you feeling? That's exactly what we want. Just a couple quick notes before using the internal nerve. First, you can only influence one person at a time. And second, the effect is temporary. So, great. Now let's test this sucker out. DeMarcus has... That's the spirit. DeMarcus loves being hands-on and experienced. It's probably why he's the second most published scientist. Just head up the stairs nearby to the observation deck.
You appear dehydrated. I suggest immediate ingestion of it.
Need a moment to walk that off? Hard not to immediately worry about the implications.
Oh my god, that was incredible. What was it like?
Wow. How to describe it? 1 minute I was excited about seeing how the experiment would go. The next, I had a brief moment of disorientation and figured I must have lost my train of thought. It felt eerily natural. And yes, I admit it, just as you predicted.
I knew it, I knew it, I knew it! I can hardly wait to finish writing up my latest dissertation. And you owe me 100 creds.
I'll be keeping myself under constant surveillance now. I'm curious if any other side effects may manifest.
So, tell me all about it. How did it feel? Any side effects? Yes. Good. Hear that?
I heard. It really was fascinating how all I experienced was... It's truly remarkable tech. When it comes to your job, you bet it does. Besides, the neural amp is in total control. If a subject's morals or beliefs in something are strong enough, we still see points of failure. That being said, it's been interesting to discover the actions our subjects sanction in their own minds.
Okay. As much as I'd love to go over the details and potential of this amazing piece of technology I created, Masako wants to see you. It sounds like you have an assignment to complete, and DeMarcus and I have a lot of notes to record.
You don't smell electrical smoke, do you?
Hello. Don't wander into any restricted areas.
Now that you've been outfitted with the internal neuroamp, it's time. We're sending you into Infinity. Lucas Drexler is about to learn exactly. And wish he shall. All right. Yuko has provided a layout of Infinity. You have two options for this assignment. Option A, you gain entry through their maintenance access on the roof. Option B, we give you an assigned identity and arrange a meeting for you. As long as you're prepared. Now, depending on your preference, you'll either find yourself in the maintenance hallway or the marketing department. From there, you have 3 targets. First, you have Lucas Drexler's computer, located in his office on the executive floor. Second is Faye Sengsavan's computer, in research and development. And third, you need to obtain the prototype they are working on, also in R&D.
As you can see, you've several floors to traverse, so I hope you're prepared for an adventure.
That's what we're counting on. Now, I had Ularu create a program that you need to run on both Lucas and Faye's computers.
You see, once we expose Infinity Ltd, all of their data is going to come under intense scrutiny. We only want the public to know about their mercenary hires and unauthorized human trials. I've created an overseer program that will gather all the evidence we need, and at the same time delete... Exactly. And what the public doesn't know, doesn't hurt.
It is best to keep the public unaware of...
If the media were to draw their own conclusions, I'm certain controlling the narrative is of the utmost importance.
Understood.
Now, we don't want to mess on this one. A body count will only distract from what we're... In fact, unless they're a master at being one with the shadows, I'd suggest you leave your friend behind. Simon Rychek provided some useful info on how to evacuate civilians from the building. Infinity's maintenance crew is understaffed. It's only a matter of time. Once that pressure becomes too much, every floor in the building is going to suffer. Simon was able to get a passcode for you to access their system. I'd highly advise you use it. This assignment isn't the time to test. The only thing you're out there to prove is that you can get this job done. We're also issuing you an operative. It should help reduce their ability. These suits are typically reserved for the senior. Well, you're still here, so apparently...
Once you've run the Overseer program and obtained the prototype, you'll find... If he asks questions, feel free to give him just enough information. SSNN is used to anonymous tips. They'll do... It certainly will, and will. So, good luck, and be sure to report...
Here's Simon's passcode, your operative suit, the Overseer program. Your cover ID card is encoded with roof entry and elevator access. So that's your ticket in. Don't screw this up. Skylar Lumen?
how to make a client.
Do you have the program? With pleasure. So, let's take a look. Aha. The decryption's hit a snag. There's definitely something here. This is exactly what we needed. According to this code, Ularu intended to plant false evidence that would show Masako was working with Lucas. The moment you launched the Overseer program, a series of fabricated communication files would have been uploaded to the Infinity Ltd network. One of them even frames Masako for encouraging Lucas to push for early human trials.
So it is clear what she intended. Now all that is left is to decide what to do with this information.
I'm going to copy the necessary files off this slate and issue you a new one. I want to keep this one intact, so Ularu can't dispute it. All right. Now, we finally have the evidence we need.
Then it is time we use it.
Yes. And had you not brought this program to me in the first, without that falsified evidence, I fully expect she'll be eagerly awaiting SSNN's broadcast. Here's the new slate with the revised Overseer program.
Bright lights and reflections are almost enough to make you forget about those living down in the well.
Carapace-encrusted tanks, hence the new scanning protocols. On our watch, no heat leak.
I can help you with?
This city. Understood.
Understood.
All right. Let's get at it then.
Put the mutant in this.
I used to be an
You'll be
actual...
scanned as you enter the city.
Can we run through it one more time?
You can over rehearse. It'll sound
Contact emergency services.
Going for it! Cover me!
into stuff now, I see.
Can't go in. You just can't.
We're close to the action
David's
here.
my friend. He
Prime
writes me.
position to report on the big
I hate
stories.
to break it to you, but his
Can I
PA
help
is the
you?
one who signs all those cards and headshots. Mr. Barron.
Well, I'll be the judge of that. What's this so-called story about?
Listen,
Corporate greed claims victims once more. And you have evidence to support this claim.
He's got. That's all I can do.
You are the best!
Good. The less investigation we need to put into this, the faster I can prepare the broadcast. I don't suppose you want to tell me how you got this evidence. I figured as much. Is there at least a name I can cite as my source? Why am I not surprised? As long as the evidence is adequate and verifiable, I expect it'll be aired within the hour, if not sooner. Now, if you'll excuse me, I obviously have some work to do.
Do you have a story for me or not? Welcome to SSNN. If you're part of the David Barron fan club, try not to... He's liable to burst. Sounds like you know him. Let's take a look at you. You're not from around here. I bet you have a story or two. Sounds like an old pickup line. I'm interested only in primary sources. So. Really? To say you have my undivided attention is an understatement. A lot of people were there. The accounts we've got... What was your role in? Wait. I heard someone from Constellation was involved. That was you? Oh, this is great. Like, the whole city is still on edge over the attack. We were fortunate. What was it like in the thick of things? Pure instinct, huh? It sounds like New Atlantis. Heck, the whole UC owes you... Any closing comments? IR? That's a mouthful. Hey, Constellation? We use the word hero a lot in news.
I am glad there is still a reliable source of news in the settled systems, though it often travels significantly slower than light.
Get paid. You certainly get around. I'm surprised that branch has any custom, but I thought the Rangers had finally managed to get a handle on it. I heard... I'd say I'm surprised, but this is my total... What happened to the robbers? Wait, what? You cleaned them out? I'm sorry, but I might have to dig up some witnesses. These things are often messy. Any customer? That's really good news. Usually, you were there. Any comment on the Freestar Rangers? Huh. That's... Stories like this always fire up public... Thanks for the interview. You have another story for me? I already interviewed an ex-pirate about the robbery. But she was as reliable. So you were there when it went down? Oh boy. Anything you tell me as a source, I won't reveal. That said, I've heard maybe the captain. Tell me about this Captain Petrov. What was your impression of him? I would have loved to have seen it. I'm sure it would make a good story. No one seems to know exactly what was stolen. But everyone care to shed some light on it? Sure, right. I don't blame. Last question. About, and I'm quoting, the other source swore up and down that alien creatures got out. Please, please, please tell me she was telling the truth. I knew it was too good to be true. This is just a plain old good story. And here's your... My source is back. Here to report anything else? Looks like some Crimson Fleet brainiac figured out it's easier to hit stationary targets. And you are an eyewitness with the Curtis. So what were the pirates doing there? It's not their usual MO.
Oh, yes. I'm not quite sure I have...
Same here. Interview... So what's your role in all this? I'd tip my hat, but I seem to have... Your people pulled a hell of a... So we've covered the basics. How'd a bunch of miners triumph? Are those things rated for bad? This is a good local story. Plucky miners ban. If you ever get more stories... And take this to cover any... You have that look in your eye. What a sordid mess. You've got some other sources we've been interviewing. So there was a mercenary company, the first. Extortion, death threats. I genuinely don't know how people like that can live with themselves. So all of that? Terrible. But Ron Hope, all of that suffering was a plot to save Hope Tech from going... Let me be blunt. The other sources say... I can't imagine him getting away with that. After all of that, the future of Hope Tech, their stock has already taken a beating. Notch, any comment? For what it's worth, Thanks. If you listen to the... And, maybe...
Neon is for indulgence and decadence. I was disgusted and impressed.
If the gangs can keep
Equipment and accessories.
I believe you were specifically told that we did not want a body count on this assignment. If only intent mattered. All the tools at your disposal, and yet here we are. I hope you at least attempted to use the internal neuroamp. And yet not useful enough to avoid a body count? Still, it's good to know the applications are proving themselves. So now it's just a waiting game for SSNN to break the news. Once the story airs, we have another board meeting scheduled to decide how to handle Infinity. Go ahead, Maeve.
The SSNN broadcast has started. Shall I patch it through?
Yes, thank you.
Citizens of New Atlantis were shocked today when an unidentified assailant left several dead at the Infinity Ltd building. The murders are believed to be linked to a new investigation where Drexler would have been accused of numerous violations, including murder for hire, unauthorized human trials, and corporate theft. Authorities representing the UC and the Freestar Collective have been dispatched to a consolidated mining station and the clinic. Both locations are believed to hold numerous victims. Drexler's motivation appears to be an attempt to launch a new product based off stolen information from a competitor. The details on the project itself and the competitor have yet to be confirmed. This has been David Barrett for SSNN.
Perfect. This exposure puts Infinity right where we want them. The meeting will begin momentarily, but I want you to discuss the options we have with you. Infinity's net worth is about to hit rock bottom, so this gives us... Quite right. The truth is, we'll be making evaluations. We'll shed any employees who don't make the cut slowly. By incorporating Infinity, we eliminate a competitor, get their best employees and contracts, and all...
I suppose it is all very simple when you do not consider the impact on actual human life.
It is the right thing. Which is why I'd like you to talk to the board to convince them this is... There are several who might disagree, and you have the... With the tech we've given you, I expect you'll find most of the board members in their offices preparing. Vina is also here. We'll need at least 50% of the vote to go our way. In the event of... I trust you'll get it.